think it was wonderful, and we are very expectant and looking forward to having a similar program again with you people. I just want to give a brief background about the math camp and let you know what it's going to be like. So basically, I was also once like you. I was in Presec Beaters last time. Yeah. Yeah. So I was in Presec and then I did maths as well, elective maths and core maths. But I think I was just trying to pass, just like enjoy my time in secondary school. I finished and then I went to the university. And unfortunately for me, I remember in Presec, there was one time a teacher came to the class and he was like, what do you want to do in the future? And then I was in the science class, so we had about 85% to 90% of the class, and we wanted to be medical doctors. I also wanted to be a medical doctor. And a few said they wanted to do engineering. And there was just this one guy who raised his hand and said, I want to be a mathematician. And then the whole class tended to look at who that guy is, because already we're challenged with some of the maths that we were doing. So I said, let me take note of this guy and see what he will become in future. So I kept following this guy. Like when we went to university, he also went to university, but he went to do electrical engineering. And then I, unfortunately, didn't raise my hand to be a mathematician. Ended up doing mathematics in university. And that was because of Alote, Professor Alote. He was sort of a mentor, and he thought at the time I wanted to choose a course. I was not very certain about it and thought mathematics was a better place to start. So yeah, I took that course, but I still didn't enjoy it. I was still trying to pass and then finish school. So I said after school, I'm just going to work in a bank or somewhere where I didn't think I wanted to be a teacher or do anything. I just wanted to be in the bank. And then I got this shock. He comes again and says, no, you have to do a master's. And a master's in mathematical sciences. So I went to do mathematical sciences. And then after that, I did another MPhil in mathematics, and then I now have my PhD in statistics, which is into climate studies, but has more related mathematics and analyzing data and trying to make data. But one of the things that changed my perception about mathematics, which actually influenced me to do a PhD, which I believe is the same story for most of the volunteers you see here, was that I was open to a different way of teaching mathematics. So in my master's, before that time, all I knew was mathematics was just a pen and paper on the board and writing things. Sometimes you understand, sometimes you don't understand. You just want to make them work and things like that. And then this lecturer comes to the class, and then he comes with a golf ball, and then he tries teaching mathematics with a golf ball. Expect to be taught mathematics with balloons, with balls and things, as you don't know how this goes. And that changed my perception. And then I was like, well, it's rather a bit too late for me to be introduced to the way mathematics was being taught with balls and other things like that. Could we really take this to a lower generation? So I'm just imagining myself like you, being in class and being shown the power of mathematics, rather than just thinking I'm just working things on paper and that's